Hi, good
Morning, good
morning.
morning. Nice to meet you. About this Dharma is very interesting, right? May I know how many years already you've been learning Dharma?
Okay, so it's interestingly, this is my fourth year officially, but this is my fifth year learning Dharma. Reason being that I repeated my year one thanks to COVID. Yeah, so we had the opportunity to really learn first year, which builds the foundation. And the teachers there were very patient. They shared a variety of Dharma and Abhidharma. That's what keep us going. Yeah.
Okay, so far, which are the topic from the Dharma which are very interested you?
I think okay, many topics. I'm very captivated. Of course, many times when you read a sutta or a verse, in fact, it doesn't have to be a very profound one, but the depth of the person speaking it, Lord Buddha, it actually reflects that it there is a lot of thinking processes that go through it. So let me quote you an example, the Dhammapada. This is yes, this is like a bedtime story. So I think many of this is actually a book. It looks thick, but it's actually not that difficult to read. It is actually 200 over different verses. That is being. It's actually sorry. It's 300. It's 400. So you can imagine I only stop at 200. So this is about 400 verses, very short verses. Each story is about four verses. And I think the first story that we were taught in YMBA 1 really had me going to want to explore this, the Dhammapada, which is in the Kudaka Nikaya. So I was actually talking about this first Dhammapada, verse 1. It reads, evil begets evil. So it is a twin verses that is actually paired with evil begets evil, followed by Dhammapada, verse 2, good begets good. So Shah, it reads like that. Mano Pubagama Dhamma. Mano Sitta Mano Maya. Manasa che padutena basiti wa karoti wa. Tato nam dukkha manweti chakam wa hato padam. So in English, interesting, mind is the forerunner of all evil states. Mind is chief. Mind made are they. If one speaks or acts with a wicked mind, because of that, suffering follows one, even as the wheel follows the hoof of the drought ox. If you can imagine that visual that came to your mind with this story, the ox, tired. Yeah, but the will that it brings along, the weight, it will follow him wherever he goes as he pulls along. This is really like our mental state. So our kilesa, the bad mental state and habits, is something that we carry along wherever we go, until, of course, the day that we attain enlightenment. So the story of this goes like that. There is one venerable who is an arahant. His name is Venerable Chakupala. Chaku means eye. So one day, many of the disciples saw him as he was meditating up and down outside his kuti. He stepped on many, many termites and ants. So it wasn't very clear. Some translation goes as it were termites, and some actually says that it is actually ants. So regardless, he actually killed many, many insects. And this group of monks were very perplexed. So they went on to talk to the Lord Buddha. They said, Buddha, how can this Bante be an arahant? He is killing so, in one night, he has killed so many ants and termites. And that's where Buddha told them that just as you had not seen him killing, so also he had not seen those living insects. Besides, being an arahant, he had no intention of killing. He was not guilty of committing an unwholesome act. So that's what that this teaching taught us, that it's the intention that is actually most important. We act and speak out of our own intention, be it wholesome and unwholesome. Yeah. Isn't it inspiring?
It's very interesting topic. So what about, is there any other drama, other story which inspired you, Mother?
Yeah, so this evil begets evil is actually a twin from the first section, which is the twin verses. So following that would be the verse number 2, good begets good. So what it reads here in an English translation is, "My is the forerunner of all good states. My is cheap, my made are they. If one speaks or acts with pure mind, because of that, happiness follows one, even as one's shadow that never lives." It's a very beautiful analogy. When we act and do things out of good intention, I think it is like a shadow that will never leave us, not only in this life, but in the following, the future lives as until we reach Nibbana. So the story goes like that. There is this young chap, Matha Kundali. So he was a young Brahmin, but his father was very nasty. He was very stingy and never give anything to charity. So if you can imagine, when the monks come for alms round, he would ignore and shoo them away. So, but when his son was suffering from jaundice at that time, no physicians was consulted because the father was such a miser, and until it was too late. But the thing is that when the, he realized that the son was dying, he had the youth carried outside to the veranda so that people coming in the house would not see his possession. He doesn't want, even at the son's dying state, for people to come in the house and see how rich and wealthy he was. Yeah. So on that morning of the dying of this Mata Kundali's passing, Buddha, arising early from his deep meditation state of compassion. So Lord Buddha, every day after he has gotten enlightenment for the 45 years, he would spend his morning first thing. What do? We wake up, like rush the shower, brush the teeth, right, and make coffee. But Lord Buddha, out of compassion, he will sit in the meditation state and scan the world and look at, who are the one that today is right for him to share his karuna and help to get the person out from suffering. And that day, in his net of knowledge, Mata Kundali lying in the veranda, that's what Lord Buddha saw. So, what Buddha did was that the Buddha sent forth a ray of light to attract the attention of the youth who was facing the interior of the house. Mata Kundali saw the Buddha, but he was very weak and he could only profess his faith, but he thereby gained some happiness about seeing Lord Buddha with the ray of the light and pureness of his wisdom and morality. But that was enough. Imagine that having that luck or that parami just to see Lord Buddha, that was enough. So when he passed away, his heart was filled with devotion and faith for the Lord Buddha. And he was reborn in Tawatimsa, the celestial world. Wow. The thing is that after that the Mata Kundali had passed on, the old man in a way repented. Yes. So he started to approach the Buddha, more of like a seek refuge with the Buddha. So the old man did as went to the Buddha and listened to the Buddha's sermon. So the the Buddha told this old Mata Kundali father that simply devoting his mind to the Buddha has brought your son to the heaven. So there is no worry that the son is actually born in a miserable state. And at the end of the discourse, the old man realized the Dharma and donated most of his wealth to the cause of the Dharma. Yes. So I think what is salient in this Dhammapada, these twin verses, is that whatever good, bad that we have done, there is no judge, but it's something that we bring along wherever we go, life after life in the samsara, until we reach our full liberation. Yeah. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Yeah.
So, fellow brothers and sisters, these two verses encapsulate the Buddha's universal teachings for all sentient beings. That is, to avoid evil, to do good, and to cultivate the mind. I hope the Bodhi seeds you have planted in your heart today by listening to this Dharma sharing will blossom into wisdom and let it guide you back to the Dharma in this life and the lives after until you attained the Supreme Nibbana. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.